Hey y'all, welcome to Fitting and Homemaking. My name is Sarah. Today we are just doing a quick clean. I don't have much time this day for much of anything, so this is just the cleaning that I have to do on a daily basis to kind of keep the house running to a certain extent. This was a busy day because it was a day before my husband was going to be traveling abroad, so I'm really just trying to get as much done as I can before, preparing for him to leave. So in this one, you're only going to see me unloading the top rack of the dishwasher because my husband had unloaded the bottom rack and then he was interrupted and had to go do something else. So this is at some point later in the day. That may have been the night before that he was doing it. So I'm finishing unloading the dishwasher and putting things up. And then we're going to load the dishwasher and wash the dishes. And then, huge shocker, we're going to be doing laundry. So the kitchen and the laundry are the things that I really have to keep on top of. Otherwise, I get so far behind and the house is just not functional. So this area over here is our main food prep area in the kitchen. Our kitchen's not terribly large. And when we get groceries, especially fruit, it tends to pile up over here, or like snack items. Like the thing leaning against the wall is some popcorn that my husband made, and he saved that. And that can very easily go into the pantry instead of sitting out. It sits out to remind us that it's there, but it's just completely non-functional for us not having enough space to actually make supper and that sort of thing. So I've gotten all of the fruit out of the produce bags, I guess you could call it, and piled it all in that corner. There are some other things there also that we were trying to eat through at the time. And I am just wiping down the countertop. And spoiler alert, I actually forgot to sweep. I'm just putting all of this stuff onto the floor because I have every intention of sweeping, because that's usually the last thing I do when I clean the kitchen, so that I can be lazy and just put everything on the floor when I'm wiping stuff off. But I forgot to do it, so the floor was really messy after this. But now we're loading the dishwasher, and you'll see there's quite a bit of stuff piled up in the sink. And to be perfectly honest with you, as I'm doing this voiceover days later, my kitchen is back to this state again. I need to empty the dishwasher and I need to put the dishes in. So once I get a free minute, I will go and do that. But I do work from full time. Right now I'm working from home full time, but normally I'm in the office 3 days a week, and then I'm only home 2 days a week. The building I work in is currently closed, but it's going to be opening back up soon. So my lovely life of working from home full time will be over, and I'll have to try to cram all of this into the time of before or after my kids get up, which with the kitchen is tricky because the kitchen is on the same side of the house as their nursery, and dishes are just loud. Like there's no way to load and unload a dishwasher quietly without it taking an hour to do. So yeah, the dishwasher and the dishes will probably still be during my lunch break, and other cleaning that's quieter will probably have to be either before they get up, which, let's be honest, that's probably not going to happen, or after they go to bed, which is more likely. Although my kids have been sleeping in till like 6:15, 6:30. Not today. My son decided to get up at 5, and then we cuddled in bed for a while, and then we actually got up around 6. But yeah, normally my daughter, she's 4 now, and she's gotten really great about waking up around 6 to 6:30, which is generally when we need to wake up to be able to make it out the door. And well, generally when she needs to be able to wake up to make it out the door to go to daycare or whatever we happen to be doing for the day. So my kids have just always, it's taken them a long time to be able to sleep through the night. But they are doing pretty well with that now. So here we're just doing the dishes that need to be hand washed. We actually didn't have too many of these. It's mainly just a couple pans and then the electric griddle. Highly recommend getting an electric griddle if you're lazy because even though we have an electric stove on our range oven combo, for some reason just plugging the electric griddle into the wall and tossing some stuff on top is way easier for some reason. I don't know. I'm sure there's something psychological with that. But most of the time we use it for making eggs for breakfast or whatnot. Yeah, the only thing that's not great is the little grease catcher. I don't like cleaning it. And I really need to go at this pan with some baking soda to get kind of that baked on grease off. But not today. Not today. It's not hurting anything. All right, we just have a few more countertops to do. And then I do clean off the stove as well. A lot of times I'll just wipe it down, but I did actually use cleaner on it this day. And this countertop by the sink is almost always wet. I don't like it at all. Well, there we go. I moved you so that you could see the stove. And again, I'm just like flinging stuff on the floor with the intention completely of sweeping it. I don't know if I got interrupted doing this or like if I reached a stopping point and I had to go do something for work before I could get back to it and I just forgot or what. But now we're doing laundry, okay? Obviously, this is a different day. I did do the kitchen the day that I filmed this laundry, but I figured I already had the footage from doing the kitchen before. And honestly, it's much quicker to clean when I'm not videoing, so why have another section of cleaning the kitchen when you just saw me do that exact thing? So this is the next day, but I did do laundry the day before. I just did not have time to film it because, like I said, I've been busier. And we were getting ready for my husband to go out of town and for me to go on a nice solo parenting adventure. Honestly, I really like solo parenting. But it's just a little bit easier to not have to take in another person's schedules and wishes into account. And that was me showing you how freaking quickly I can make that bed now that I don't have that top sheet, that I'm not being super anal retentive about it. And then, of course, so in the video before, I think, no, the video before was the budget video. If you're interested in low spend year, go check that video out. The cleaning video that I did before that, I had changed out the sheets on the kids' beds. And generally, I like just putting the same sheets back on the bed. But at that point, I didn't have the time to not finish the job. I didn't have the time to wait for those sheets to be cleaned before the beds needed to be remade because my kids were going to come home soon. So I put new sheets on the bed, which meant I had to fold the old sheets. And this is so many days after that. And I'm just now getting around to folding these darn sheets. So here you go. That closes the loop on 2 videos before this or whenever that was. I'm finally folding the sheets. And yes, it is from that time, not from another second time. And that little door there, it's the smallest door in the house, but it's just a little linen closet. I don't know if I've ever actually shown you guys in there or not. But there's always more than one load of laundry to do, right? I've got some laundry going now. Actually, I am washing the kids' sheets again because the dog, oh, that sounded so mean. Max, our beloved dog, has a bad habit of getting on my son's bed that I have encouraged when his dad is not around because he's a good boy and I feel like he deserves it. But he's also licking really badly because he has skin allergies. And so now it's the bed's actually getting gross from him being on it. So I'm going to have to curtail that, unfortunately. But yes, I'm washing my kids' sheets as we speak and they're getting dried. I am putting the same sheets back on though. I know, you guys, this is absolutely thrilling voiceover talking about my kids' sheets. This we had a spill, an accident on the couch, so I had needed to take off the couch cushion cover and wash that ASAP. And then I had just put the little, decorative pillow in that spot, which definitely not the same and not even remotely supportive, but it keeps you from just sitting directly on the springs of the couch. Y'all, this couch is so old. It's been a trooper. I got this couch when I was still living in an apartment, so it's probably about, I want to say 12 years old now, and it just keeps on going. I love that the seat covers come off, and it's a stain-resistant fabric that, to this day, I think I have been able to get out all of the stains, unless there's just some stains on it that I haven't noticed. So it survived living in an apartment with a roommate and, you know, moving into the house and getting married and 2 kids. It is an apartment-sized sofa, so if you try to lie down in between the ends of the couch, it's not quite enough room to lie down. I'm 5'8", and like I can't fully stretch out on it even with my feet flat. So I think the next time we are looking for a couch, which my husband would prefer to be now, but it doesn't make sense to get one now. We're definitely going to get one that's a little bit longer because my husband's, he's 5'10", so, you know, he needs just a few more inches to lie down comfortably, just like I do. But yeah, and he's also wanting an L couch. He ordered that ottoman that's at the end there to kind of mimic having an L-shaped couch that he can cozy into. So that was kind of the compromise. And this is just me being over doing laundry. Part of the laundry is that, well, my kids actually have a decent amount of clothes to cycle through. They have their preferred clothes that they like wearing, obviously, so they cycle through those more quickly. My daughter's nightgowns, she has these 3 Disney princess nightgowns that she loves. One is like a blue Elsa nightgown that has like the gauzy blue overlay with like snowflakes on it. Another one's a pink one that's similar to that, but it has a few other Disney princesses like on the chest part for decoration. And then she has another Elsa one that has like gauzy sleeves and is white. And she cycles through those pretty much all the time. So if you ever see the same nightgowns getting washed over and over again in this, that's because those are my daughter's favorite. There are 3 of them, so they get washed a lot. And honestly, they probably don't need to be washed every wear because she's just wearing them to bed, especially if it's a bath night and then she puts it on. Like I don't think she's sweating over much in bed or anything like that. But maybe that will be something that we learn a little bit in the future, that we can hang up our jammies and re-wear jammies more than once. I don't know, how do you guys feel about wearing jammies more than once if you're just wearing them in bed? I don't know. I usually, if I'm wearing jammies, I tend to wear them multiple times before washing them. But it's also like pajama pants. So if I'm wearing pajama pants in bed, it's usually winter, but I'm also like wearing underwear and stuff under it. So how dirty are they getting? And here we go, putting stuff up. And we're getting quite close to the end of this video. I did my husband a favor on this day and I mowed the front part of the lawn. So I have included a before and after video of those just because I did that and I want credit for it, to be perfectly honest. It was very hot this day. So this is the before. And you can hear the bug symphony. That's me trying to avoid getting my neighbor's license plate in this. And you can't really tell, but that patch in the middle is like knee-high. It just doesn't come out on video. And that's it cut on that side, which you can actually tell because the neighbor's grass, their landscapers came later in the day, or their lawn people came later in the day. But yeah, you can't really tell here. But if you like this kind of content, please like, please subscribe, comment down below. You'll get to see our lovely Max here in just a minute. I would love to have you along for this journey, and I will see you the next time. Bye.